Guys, it really pains me to make this video, but I just really have to make it. The Apple sheep in me does not want to admit this, but the M1 iPad Pro just isn't worth it. Cue the intro. Hey everybody, Lumanis time here. Welcome to yet another video. For today's video, we're going to be discussing the M1 iPad Pro and why I believe that it is not worth it. Guys, before you guys give me a thumbs down on this video, I am going to preface this by saying that the M1 iPad Pro is the greatest iPad Pro ever created. It's like the most powerful tablet in the world, but it's just not worth it for me. Some of the reasons why I think that it's not worth it, especially like if you're somebody like me that loves the 11-inch iPad Pro and you just don't want to move on to that 12.9 inch, it's literally, there's not that much of a difference. Yeah, you have center stage. Yeah, you have more RAM. Yeah, you have all this, that, and the third, but for the most part, it's going to be the exact same experience. The M1 iPad Pro probably does things like half a second faster than the 2020 iPad Pro. So in my opinion, is it worth it to upgrade to the 2020 to the M1? No. Obviously, for the 12.9 inch iPad Pro, you do have that mini LED screen, and don't get me wrong, that screen is absolutely beautiful. But as we all know, mini LED does come with some trade-offs. You are going to have some blooming. Obviously, it's kind of overhyped. I've probably seen like a bajillion videos on it. It's kind of like overhyped, but for some people, it can be an annoyance, especially if you wear glasses like me. You can just see everything. You can see it. I did, look at the mini LED screen, and oh my God, it is absolutely fantastic. The blacks are black. HDR content looks stunning, but just for me, it was not worth it to move from the 11-inch that I love so much to the 12.9 just for that screen when, if I'm being completely honest, you can't really tell the difference unless you're looking at both screens side by side. The next reason why I believe that the 2021 M1 iPad Pro is not worth it is because these tablets are just so powerful, but they're hindered by software. It's like having a Ferrari and driving 10 miles an hour, basically. And Apple does this purposely. It's quite obvious that Apple will never make the iPad Pros truly a laptop replacement for pros. For, the casual user, absolutely, it's a laptop replacement. But for those people that need like Final Cut and, Premiere Pro, all that good stuff, yes, this technically is powerful enough to like handle it, as the M1 iPad Pro is kind of more powerful than the 16-inch MacBook Pros and all that good stuff. But unfortunately, they can't run those apps. And that's why I think that it's just not physically worth it. Yes, the iPad Pro, the M1 iPad Pro is like extremely, extremely powerful, but for the current state that iOS is in, even the 2018 iPad Pro is too powerful for it. And that says a lot because that's like a 3-year-old tablet and it's still too powerful for what iOS allows the iPad to be. Not to mention, guys, even like a $300 iPad can run iPad OS 15. So it's not like it's like exclusive to like just the iPad Pros. iPad OS is, any iPad could run it. So it's like, it's really, if you don't have an iPad, then of course you're going to get the best iPad Pro that you can, the iPad Pro that will be supported for the longest. But if you have like a 2018 iPad Pro, a 2020 iPad Pro, an iPad Air, an iPad Pro that's still supported by iOS 15 and, iPad OS 15, then honestly, just chill on it because it's really, unless Apple, does like another Apple-esque move like they did with the M1 iPad Pros and just allow the M1 iPad Pros to, have certain features that no other iPad has, then by all means, at that point, yes, it'll be worth it. Because, again, these are fantastic tablets, like the best tablets in the world. But they're just so hindered that I just cannot really recommend it for somebody that wants to do pro work. Obviously, if you don't have an iPad, go for it. M1 iPad Pro, that's your thing. But if you have a 2018 and like an iPad Pro that you don't really, you don't really want to upgrade, but you're thinking, okay, yeah, if they allow, certain features and certain, things to occur, then yeah, I'll definitely jump on it. If you were on the fence, and I'd say just hold off until like the next iteration of iOS, not the next iteration of the iPad. Because, at this point, I'm sure Apple has to see how much crap we've been talking about iPad OS 15 and how they're hindering the iPad and stuff. So hopefully obviously this year is a dub, but like next year we can probably see something with like iOS 16 or whatever they call it. But honestly, it's just not worth it in the sense that this is the most powerful device that's just literally hindered. Like, there's no real incentive to have like a 2021 iPad Pro over like a 2018 iPad Pro. Because they'll say M1, but it's just like literally every iPad is Apple Silicon. So it's not really like, it's like an exclusive thing. So it's not really like a big difference, like how the M1 MacBook Pros are from like Intel MacBooks. So it's not like a huge difference in a sense here. But, guys, let me know if you guys agree with me. Like, do you guys think that the M1 iPad Pro is worth it? Do you guys think that it's not worth it? Let me know in the comments. Also, guys, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that little bell notification so you don't miss any videos. I know it's been a while since I made a video, and I do apologize about that. But guys, I'm definitely gonna try and figure out this whole YouTube while in school thing. I will definitely figure that out, and I'll push out some more content for you guys. But there you guys have it, guys. This has been Lumana's time. We talked about the M1 iPad Pro, and I'm out. Peace.